It's demo day, baby. As you can see, we are tearing down an existing home to make way for a 6,000 square foot Japanese-inspired spec home masterpiece. Also in this video, we're gonna be talking to one of the head honchos over here at Venditti. They do demolition, site work, trucking, tons of work all over town. We're gonna hear the ins and outs of the demolition business. And then also, we're gonna give you a sneak peek into what this Japanese-inspired masterpiece is gonna look like when we're done. Let's get into tearing this house down. Let's go! Kirk, thanks for being out here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, this is so fun.
This is every boy's dream.
Yes, exactly. We have like little kids coming down the street.
You're the center of attention for about 2 days.
Which is
the most fun thing I could imagine.
All right, so first off, I want to mention that it is extremely important when it comes to trees. The city of Austin, any tree over a 19-inch diameter is protected. You cannot pull it out unless you have a variance or if the tree's hazard, if it's gonna like fall over and die and hurt someone or property, right? Once a tree reaches a 24-inch diameter, it is a heritage tree and you need an act of Congress to remove it. We have a lot of these trees that have already been tagged. We know what is protected, we know what isn't protected. We're gonna go through and look at our plan and make sure that we're removing the trees that are designated to be removed that are under protected status. Because if we mess up, you can get fined $1,000 per inch if you remove a tree that you're not supposed to remove. So we're gonna go through right now, just make sure he's gonna spray paint which trees that we are pulling out. When you're demoing, where do you start? How do you go about it? Especially if you have like a house close by, things like that.
So obviously we want to take a walk around, make sure we understand what our obstacles are, if any, which way the house is going to be pulled based on where it's going to fall. And we also need to take our time.
We are out here with El Patron Gerardo. He is our excavator operator for today. Yeah. How long have you been driving these awesome machines?
I've driven this machine for probably 5 years in demolition.
How long have you been an operator in general?
Probably 19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
So do you like what you do?
Oh yeah.
You pulled this off the truck. It's freaking fast. It's like a tank.
Yeah. Believe me, when you start running those big machines, it's real comfortable. When you run that machine for days and hours, years, you know, believe me, it's real easy. It's like video game.
Like Transformer.
Transformer.
You're a Transformer.
Sometimes take a little accidents, you know, scratches and things like that. But I mean, I'm sorry, not telling my boss that.
Yeah. What you're doing is you don't just tear it down. It's a delicate process.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A lot of people show like the sexy parts of our business. Oh, here's a finished house. What are the challenges you face? Like what is a thorn in your side that you're just dealing with regularly?
It's why we have 4 mechanics on staff.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that. I mean, you have a fleet.
We do have a fleet.
You have like honestly, I would say like dozens, maybe going on triple digits of machinery, right?
Even with the best and newest equipment, things break from time to time. We have rapid response with 4 mechanics on staff, on call 24/7.
Let's really think about that. A machine goes down, your whole income stream. Like this is the most important thing in the world.
It is, absolutely.
And you're not only screwing your timeline, you're screwing the builder's timeline. You're like, I'm paying for you, and you're not even demoing, it's broken.
We need rapid solutions.
Oh my God, that sounds like a nightmare.
It can be at times, but typically we have really talented people and they're able to make things right quicker than you'd imagine.
I see your trucks everywhere. You have triaxles, you have dump trucks, you have these massive excavators. Tell me a little bit more about the company. Like how many projects do you demo a year?
So any particular year we demo between 250 and 450 structures just in Austin. And we also work throughout the entire state of Texas.
So that's just in Austin. Do you have a number on what you do in all of Texas?
Probably about 800.
Oh my God. Dude, that is insane, and you're managing all of that.
Lots of people, lots of equipment, but that's what matters is the people.
Yeah, and then tell me a little bit more about like what are all the services that y'all offer?
So we do obviously residential and commercial demolition. We do large commercial site prep. We do wet underground utilities. And we also have our own heavy haul division along with dumpsters.
You know, and for like the viewers, demo in Austin is absolutely insane, right? Just our code and the BS we have to go through. Tell me a little bit about like the insurance y'all need, how you're running permits, like different right-of-way work, like complications like that.
So we have a $10 million aggregate insurance across the
God.
board that insures all of our equipment, our machines, our trucks, our dumpsters, and everything we do, including the finished product of what we do. So when we started out here, we got the code books. We put them on a desk, we opened them up, and we read them front to back about 4 times. And we continue to do refreshers with our people in the office that are working on the permitting, working on the right-of-way, communicating with the inspectors so that we know that we are doing everything legally by the book and that it doesn't slow down our projects. So we are a turnkey service. Everything from survey to demo day, we have it covered.
Oh, great.
Starting out with the tree survey that we need to show the city that what's here is getting taken down, to the permit application, to actually closing that permit out and running the inspections so that our builder doesn't have to worry about his final inspection.
You know, I've done this without guys of your caliber, and it is a freaking mess.
It can really hold you up.
Yeah, it does. And little things like, you know, we have to roll back our power. We have to cut our gas. Then we have to cap our wastewater and water. Erosion controls, tree protection. We have to have water, right? Because of dust mitigation.
Absolutely.
And what happens if we don't have water? We get a fine, right?
We get shut down.
Really? Yeah, they'll just come and shut the job site.
Absolutely. Some people just don't like construction, but we like to take an approach that part of the city's requirements is that we give notice. We actually spend some time talking to the neighbors, informing them of what's going on, so that they've come to expect us and know that we're going to do a good job, a safe job, that their houses, their kids, and their property is not in danger.
There's all these different types of structures, right? Like if you're tearing down a concrete house versus a wood house, it's gonna be different, right?
Completely.
Is there a method to the madness, or do you just go and tear it down?
There's always a method to the madness. We want to separate our materials very well. We want to do our job to recycle because the city has a requirement that we do.
And that requirement is a minimum of 50% recycled materials, right?
Correct. Every single structure. And we do a very good job at it, and we want to make sure that we're also being environmentally conscious.
If you see right here, all these cables, all the copper wire in the whole home, he is taking, cutting apart, putting into these ties and in piles. Now, if you come over here, it always amazes me, they have that massive claw bucket, but they can be so dexterous to pull all the little wires out, and then over here, they're putting piles of metal. So that's all of our metal roofing, our condensers, tankless water heaters, tanked water heaters, all of that kind of stuff. And they're separating them into different piles so that they can recycle it. That is precision. Demoing the house is relatively the easy part. Loading everything into these trucks without damaging anything is almost like surgery. I mean, that bucket is damn near as wide as the mouth of this bed. And he's loading all of that into the trucks. Again, this guy's been doing this since he was 17. So he just has a level of precision. This is like an extension of one of his arms. I always love watching that. There's a lot of people that ask me like, hey, you know, I want to get started in construction. If you were going to start a demo company tomorrow, just you, let's say you don't have much experience, how would you start that? How would you go about it?
I would do exactly what I did, and it is I came out and I ran the hose for weeks, and I watched what they did.
I love to hear that because that's what I tell people. I'm like, dude, hit up someone, tell them you will work for free.
Go work on a demo.
Yeah, just show you have value, and then you're gonna see every freaking piece of it.
Jumping in with both feet is often the best approach.
Yes, I mean, y'all demo some exciting stuff. Have you ever demoed like an old stadium or like a massive office building?
We have. We've had projects last up to 6 months.
What? You're demoing for 6 months?
Oh, yes.
And is this for like underground parking structures and things like that, or like?
Yes, well, excavation, downtown, hard rock hammering that keeps machines and people there for a long time.
What are the different technologies you use? And then what are the different advantages and disadvantages to having that much technology?
Yeah, I think something that really sets us apart is the tech. We have systems in place to where I can see every single one of our assets, all 180 of them, on a map, where they are, what they're doing, how fast they're going, how much fuel they're using.
What?
Every day.
Tell us a little bit about why all of that information is important and different ways that you're using that information.
I think it all comes down to efficiency. Seeing how quickly we can get things done, how often things are breaking or not breaking, and how much fuel we're using.
I thought it was really cool. We're bugging you like, hey, where are you at? And then you just sent me a link. You said, here's the truck. Exactly. I followed it from Hutto to a different job, and then I just looked when it was there, and I was like, oh, dude, that was amazing. It stopped me from texting him like 5 times, right?
When you have 45 excavators, it's hard to find them if nobody knows exactly where they're at. We also have systems in place to where my guys in the field can tell us everything they did during the day, how many hours their guys worked, photos before and after.
Now you're monitoring workflow, like when people arrive at the site, how long they're working.
And that's exactly why I can tell you exactly how long it's going to take to demo this house.
Kirk, dude, I can't thank you guys enough, and the Venditti team. You guys are absolute pros. It's like no surprise that we're seeing your signs everywhere, and I think we're going to continue to do a ton of business together, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here is a glimpse at the masterpiece that we're about to build. So, let me just preface this. We are building what's called a spec home. This is not for a client. We purchased the lot, we are building the home, and then we are gonna sell the finished product. So, as you can tell, the guys are clearing the lot. They are making way for us to get in there for the next steps. We have to get the survey company out to pin all of the corners for the guest house, the main house, the cabana, and the pool. And then we're gonna start excavation and grading on all of those areas, dig out the pool, and then get ready for foundation. But on to some of the programming of this beast. So first off, this house is nearly 6,000 square feet of the most high-end custom details that we've done to date. There is barely any sheetrock in this house. Every wall is either brick, plaster, tile, millwork. Damn near all of the ceilings are covered in wood. That's tongue and groove and wooden beams. This house is totally decked out from head to toe. Like I said, this thing is gonna be totally decked out. It's Japanese inspired. It's been a little bit since we've done a feature spec home, and I cannot wait to bring this one to the market. We'll be updating every step of the way. Excitement is at an all-time high over here at Venditti Builds. This spectacular project is just one of about 10 different spec homes coming up, ranging from 5 to 15 million. This is really just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even unveiled our multiple monster custom homes for clients. We have a plethora of remodels and additions all built into this, and we are going to do our best to update every project that we can every step of the way. We want you guys in on the action. Thank you as always. I'll catch you on the next video.